By the way, TNC might decide to take that puck, or probably not take it, probably ban it out in the second stage. If you don't want to play against that snap plus puck combo,
especially
that was
if you've
already
got a centaur.
exactly why. Have the scent. You want to ban out the puck, the Mars usually, plus Snapfire is good with them. Void is also an option that you without banning out. But let's see what TNC will cook up.
If they want to pick up a support, they still have a lot of success with Mirana. If they want to have a nice stun combo.
They can snatch that Enchantress as well, if they want to.
What happened to Jakiro? Why is Jakiro? I don't think I've seen a Jakiro pick.
No, even North America, which usually has the softest spot for Jakiro, has not been picking the hero.
TNC Predators turn.
I think Warlock basically just took over. There's the Mirana.
They go with the Mirana Centaur.
Radiant team ban.
Yeah, Jakiro and...
Void banned out.
There was one other support that I'm surprised.
I think I saw one Jakiro with Void in a game recently. Wasn't a pub, one of the DPCs.
I was playing a game the other day.
No, one of the DPCs.
Don't even see the hero in pubs anymore.
Yeah, I think that
10
his original
remaining.
claim to fame was being a pushing support, and you just don't need pushing supports these days. Same reason why
5
Shaman
seconds
fell off.
remaining.
Yep. Let's see, T1. Actually, it's kind of difficult for T1 to ban anything out right now. TNC have shown their offlane combination 4 and 3, but that's it, right? And they do well individually, and they don't synergize that greatly with anything, right? So because of that...
I can give you some comfort bans that TNC have been playing a lot. Tiny, Gabby's most played hero.
Okay.
The puck that you mentioned.
Okay. But they can also take the puck.
They can also take the puck.
Yep.
I would love Tiny, or it's very line squish.
TNC Predators turn to ban.
Dragonite, so they might puck.
Yeah. Will this be like Mars and
Radiant
puck bans
team
from
ban.
TNC? A Lifestealer instead. Okay, Lifestealer versus the Centaur.
Sure.
Some sense, right?
And the Ursa is already banned out in first phase.
There isn't a better core versus Centaur, I believe, right now. When it comes to the
10
lane,
seconds
Lifestealer
remaining.
should be the best.
What about Timbersaw's banned out? But
Yeah.
how do you
5
compare the two?
seconds remaining.
I mean, position 1, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, fair.
Yeah. They're probably the best when it comes to taking down these bulky boys.
In
chunky
South
ones.
America, we saw Beast Coast in their closing game attempt to play Monkey King, and boy, does that hero not look good right now. So I think Lifestealer and Ursa are pretty much your only
Predators
options
turn
against
to
Centaur if you
ban.
want to lane.
Terribly bad. There's some Medusa maybe avenue for T1. It's also an option.
Could be setting up. They have amount of control with Medusa. Still yet to see. Lion, Shard,
10
level
seconds
20,
remaining.
giving mana to Medusa. This
Yeah,
is
we
what I
haven't
want
seen
to
that
see.
yet.
We have not
5
seen it.
seconds
We've seen
remaining.
somebody trying to go for it, but in the end,
They lost the game.
We had the two heroes in the same game picking up the Shard. It happened. You know what hero I do not want to see? Rubik.
Radiant team ban.
Game loser.
And they ban out the Medusa. So they read T1s. Like sometimes you put yourself with this ban, right? You know, bad spot.
No, here's what you do. Ban out AA, pick up Morphling.
That's also an option.
Like I said, 23 Savage. If you need to win a series,
10
you
seconds
give that man
remaining.
Morphling.
Or PL, that's still in the pool,
5
right? But not
seconds
great
remaining.
versus Centaur. We have seen him do.
We've seen Centaur with Radiance, Crimson,
right.
Blood, Bloodstone. What
That
else is
PL
there?
didn't touch him the whole game.
Literally unkillable.
That was the cuckoo. That was the same teams playing, right?
Yep.
Radiant
It was
team
23 Savage's PL who was like, bro, what do I do against this?
And he just goes for the raid. Well, worked in the last game. Play it again.
Yeah, but what's the advantage of having 2 lives in this lineup? Last game it was against the Doom, so you were like, okay, fine, you do me once,
Yeah,
who
but
cares?
Raid King overall was really strong, right? Recently he fell out of
10
favor a little bit,
seconds remaining.
but the hero itself is still strong.
He's not
5
countered by
seconds
these
remaining.
heroes. That minute 20 once
Shard.
Radiance, you can just buy a Shard if you're playing Poker, Nyx Assassin,
What about
PL.
Razor for TNC?
Razor. I love it. Cookie, but the edge the action. Yeah,
That would be some-
Razors sounds like a game winner. A lot of the situations discussed over the past few weeks, how strong at start, always stays on top of the network. We've different item builds, and he scales well. Like, he actually scales well. His shard is also not as bad as people.
I still think it's pretty bad, but I've been a bad judge of shard character after I was hating on Leshrex for all season long, and now it's like core.
Less shard, yeah.
They still have the puck as an availability, both teams, really. If they want to go for it.
So far, TNC don't really have any lockdown, any reliable catch, right?
They also don't have any time. Bro, down to 15 seconds on your third pick?
Radiant team
And there's
pick.
reserve time.
That was the reserve time.
No, I mean, they'll get reserve time
Oh,
after
yeah.
this, so they're now on 45-ish, right? Tiny.
What about some
TNC Predators
Mars?
turn.
Behold the
Late.
horn of
Or
Magnus.
just do the same thing again, Magnus Rate.
Run it back.
Run it back. Nothing wrong. Don't fix what's not broken.
Still can still go for the puck, though. Although,
TNC?
No, well, yeah, for both teams, but well, where do you think this Magnus is landing?
10 seconds remaining.
I'm not sure, really.
Soft
Yeah.
Radiant team banned.
B.
One of these, both Tiny and that flexible.
Mhm.
Well, maybe it's a position 5 Tiny. Maybe that's the thing. Ran, and there's
true.
some other Southeast Asian.
And I think you want this Death Prophet on mid lane. She scales really, really well against
10
Wraith King as well.
seconds remaining.
It's one of the better mid laners.
Yeah, I guess they picked it because of the
5
Wraith King, because
seconds
that time that we
remaining.
saw 5 position Tiny, they had puck on their team, so they could break coils constantly with the 5 Tiny, but they end up going with the
TNC
DP.
Predators turn to
It's gonna be
ban.
DP offlane as well. No, it can't. It
they
can't
haven't
actually.
so
It
far.
can't because
We've
of Centaur.
seen
Yeah.
Centaur 4.
No, no.
so-
Let's
Let-
make it simple.
Sure, but this Tiny, I'm having some feeling that
That it's gonna be
might
5.
be 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Tiny can be 5, but
10
I
seconds
say
remaining. Team ban.
that DP is mid and 3 and 4 are Centaur and Mirana.
I was
So you-
pleasantly surprised. how
Tiny worked.
works.
I know.
Yeah, because it's pretty much a similar concept. Like what lane, skip back into the tower, podge 5 in pubs, not
10 seconds remaining.
back here one tower, extra damage, avalanche,
5 seconds
blow or
remaining.
a stun. Kind of a guaranteed kill.
Who needs damage on your hero when the tower can do it for you? Ban out the Lina and the Queen of Pain. Are these tough matchups for a Death Prophet?
Lina definitely.
Okay.
Queen of Pain as well can be a bit problematic, but Lina is one of those that just feeds that
Queen of
prophet.
Pain just
We never see it.
TNC
At all?
Predators turn to
Not
pick.
sure why they decided to ban co-op, but Lina makes a lot of sense.
So if TNC are looking for a 1 position, they played a fair amount of Spectre if they want like a game winner.
maybe it's core Tiny
10 seconds
because they don't know
remaining.
the matchup. Both teams opened.
5 seconds
Death
remaining.
Prophet can't 5 can't be mid. Tiny 1 can't.
Centaur
This-
can be 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's very flexible, but
I-
I think you need win condition on TNC, and I think you'll go for your carry pick here.
Radiant
Razor
team
is
pick.
still available also.
Razor, Luna.
Win condition Luna, not the win condition that I've seen.
That's a
from
lose
most of the
condition.
games. The hero carry to carry matchup. The latest will be 5 DP or 5 Tiny.
5
Five
tiny.
10
Tiny.
seconds
I think
remaining.
it's 5 tiny as well. That prophet just works much better versus Wraith King as a
5
core than the
seconds
tiny
remaining.
does.
Still want Mag offlane on T1.
Yeah, yeah. Mid hero. What about some good old Invoker? Mid lane, you have Empower, you have Alacrity. You don't necessarily put all the eggs in one basket because scale. Mag is more utility, auras from the off lane. Invoker, but potentially Spirit Vessel carrier, Witchblade carrier, Hand of Midas, some Travel carrier. We've seen some different builds on Invoker.
Other than that, all the spirits are still in the pool, and Puck is still in the pool.
You can go for either one of those.
What about some good old Viper?
versus all of them? That
More
prophet does well. Yeah, Viper,
More toxic.
an option. Increase the toxicity. These two things are way too wholesome. They go with
Choose
the
your
back.
hero.
Wow.
And
Okay.
not the greatest versus that prophet as well, I think, right? Because of the siphon and the moment he was changed.
Did
But,
they think it was tiny mid? Why would
No,
they go
I
for?
don't think
No. I think they did realize that it's that prophet. They just wanted to have some more extra catch, negotiation ability. Decent versus Luna.
I think they had
Can't
Breaking.
stampede out of this though. That's the.
On the notes is at least what 30-45 seconds before that Bat Rider got picked, Black was like, it's Bat Rider 100%, and then it got picked, and I heard the loudest scream I think I've ever heard of just excitement in my life. Right? Yeah.
I might have to. I went something like, yeah!
It was
Okay.
exactly that.
All right, we're good. I mean,
Then
you
you
know
said-
already me. I'm always going T1 regardless of what they have. But I do think this Bad Rider. It might not be the easiest lane, but they have like no save whatsoever on the side of TNC. So if you ever get a lasso into like a Magnus, you know, like you all have to scramble up, like, oh my god, help him, help him, and get RP on the back line. Could work out.
I'll go T1 this time. I think, yeah.
Prepare for battle.
Thank you. Yeah, could
Nah,
be
give me a card.
could be the last game of the SEA DPC year.
For
Not-
ICA.
Yeah, the SEA DPC.
But we
year.
don't know. Maybe there's gonna be like a winter season. Season 1 of
Well,
this year.
yeah, but that would still be a different
Still
year.
the same year.
No, but like, well, I guess this year started in January, so this was the 2021 season. But the next year would be the 2021-22 season.
Does that then mean that you can't even have a season in this year? Because then it would not be next year.
No, you can.
You can?
It's like in sports when
I-
they start on the October. Of
I know nothing.
One
I
year.
spent 20 years of my life playing Dota.
30 seconds to battle.
Sure.
Sorry.
No, it's-
Don't judge.
I'm not.
Thank you.
Chat, you can do that though.
Realistically though, I've seen Carl pop off on Bad Rider many times. I've seen him feed on Bad Rider many times. What's it gonna be? Who knows at this point? But if TNC wins, at least we have a good old cozy 3-game series to end it all. It would be nice.
Feels like a lot of our series have been.
The battle
Going through.
begins.
Although
I ain't taking a lot of that.
Rolling Stone.
Execration did win 2-0.
Yep. Was T1 third? They were third place last season, right?
I believe so.
Which means they're at 200 points. And then if they get top 1 now, they're at 500 points. And then actually they're quite close to being confirmed with points, I think. Well, not confirmed, but highly likely to go.
Yeah, TNC was what, 4th with points. They missed out on the major,
Yeah, and there was like 100, so
which
best case for SEA would be if T1 wins. Just purely based on points. Since Neon can't make it anymore. Fnatic also not in there. T1 is your last hope.
it's kind of crazy that a whole region might end up with.
1 TI team?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like the entire system originally was built so there's 2 from each region.
The way it's worked out. It
Might
has to.
potentially not be. Yeah. We have to wait though. Wait and see. Still nothing confirmed yet.
Like down bottom is take a look at 23 back on the Wraith King. This is I agree with the panel. Love this support duo. A lot of lockdown for this T1 side as well.
A lot of playmaking also. I mean, they have BKB disables, they have instant hexes, they have 2 BKB disables even. A lot of damage coming out from the Bad Rider. Or nice double impale down there. Getting some good Harris damage going.
Not meant to be.
They need to be a little bit careful. Centaur, though, he gets tanky, given the opportunity to just get a little bit of farm in time. I don't know if you'll have Tim's exactly just stay around anyway.
Yeah. To be very careful down there. But also we have to look at this T1 lineup. It's not a lineup that's going to win you the early game. If anything, Magnus is more of a mid gamer, same as BadRider, and really same as Wraith King. So all T1 wants to do in the early game is sort of a damage control, make sure you don't lose the lanes. Like, you're supposed to be in a little bit of a deficit, but just don't fall behind too fast. That's the goal here. A lot of damage into the Centaur here.
Fire blast, and with the skeletons, they just did not have the line to follow that up with another stun. Otherwise, they might have had that kill for first blood.
Yeah, potentially.
How is this lane supposed to go here for Armel and Carl?
It's pretty DP favorite. Well, it used to be at least. After the DP nerf, it's probably a little bit more even. And he is keeping up in CS so far. We've seen a lot of BadRider struggle, especially in lane. But yeah, like the biggest selling point here for me is that they have no save against Lasso at all. Whoever you Lasso is more likely going to die.
Yeah.
And if you want to save him, you are going to be huddling up and trying to save him. And then just game-winning RP can come in. I love this sort of setup. Same reason why I like Void and BadRider on one team. For the same reasons. You pull a guy in, the back line clusters up, get a good chrono in. You have to be careful on DP. A couple more stacks, potentially die.
Radiant structures are fortified.
He's going in right now.
Yeah, he's going to try and go through on mid immediately, the TP out.
A lot of damage though.
Still
Radiant's
burning pretty
middle
hard.
tower is
If they
under
maybe
attack.
even had Snapfire rotating, they could have had a kill again.
Yeah,
They
all line
just need
TP.
one stun. Stop that TP, stop that escape, and just lock him down. 23. We'll see if he's afforded the amount of space that he got in that first game.
It's going to be hard to replicate a similar performance. Or
You're back with me.
a
A lot of damage from the little shredder. Shockwave pulls him back, right clicks in, but he's far away from the Radiant side as he turns that corner.
pretty successful with +5 Tiny, but it's not a lane that can really stop a Magnus from farming at all. He has too much base damage. And DP has to be careful. You only start with one TP now. An additional one costs 100 gold. And if he doesn't invest in one, he might potentially just die soon.
Yeah, you step up onto the high ground, to get too many stacks of that sticky napalm, you're asking for a lot of trouble.
Yeah. And BadRider is also sort of a forgotten hero. Because he hasn't been picked for a long time. Like, you really do forget how to play against him properly. He's one of those heroes that does it.
Skeletons come through with the Wraith Fire Blast. They've got the Hex, and they should have the damage to get the kill here onto Bot. First blood, 23. They drain the mana away from Tim's, and this is going to open up his lane.
This combo is so deadly. 34%, or rather 34 damage per skeleton, times 4, under that Hex, double stun. There was so much damage from those skellies. What's the math on that? 116. No, 136, sorry. That was terrible.
Close.
NA math turned to EU math.
Correct yourself pretty quickly. Full out.
Do I get a certificate as well?
Maybe. Let's see if we can get one printed. Fire Snap Cookie does not land on Tabumi.
BadRider's level 6 now. Will he do a rotation with Lasso, or is he looking for a kill on DP with Lasso?
It might get a little bit difficult here for Carl if he's not too careful.
He has
coming
boots,
over
though.
and
He should be fine.
Boomy unable to catch him.
Rune bottom. Okay, lucky for Carl.
Yes, so Carl's gonna fill up that bottom, and again on the Centaur, they'll get the kill. 3 heroes down bottom with Zephyr joining them.
And it was because Mirana rotated out to secure the rune. Well, not even for the DP. Armel has to be careful here. 3 stickies is all he needs to kill him. He's at 1 right now. It's a very tense lane now for Armel. It's 2. But Tiny's rotating in.
We're gonna put some pressure on this bottom 2-1. They have the skeletons to push in.
Centaur doesn't have a TP. Come back to lane actually.
Have the little shredder, they'll have the right click damage coming out from 23. They have enough to tank all this, and now Centaur finally he's going to try and TP to make something happen. Avalanche comes out, arrow, not going to land, and they land the Earth Spike toss. Hook Stomp should be the follow-up. Fires now. They've got the stun on the 2. Right quick for this Wraith King, just enough damage to get the kill there on the White Mom, but it's a lot of commitment just for the support.
Makes you wonder if he would have lived if he used his Fairy Fire or not. That was a tough decision either way. They're making stacks once more for the Wraith King here. We still have yet to see a lasso. Or a DP rotation even. He could be rotating to the side lane. As I say that, they smoke up. Are they looking for the Bad Rider here? They are. It's really a game-winning kill. This kind of thing. Well, not game-winning, but important.
Avalanche coming in. They've used the Exorcism. Carl trying to find a way out. Gets up onto the high ground, avoids the arrow, but that's a kill, and gets credit for his 3 heroes coming over mid, and no help for him either.
It's a very important kill, simply because FatRat is a hero that can take over games when there's no safe. They just shut him down a little bit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
See where he wants to be next. Is he going back middle? And once more dying. They're just leaving him down here to eat.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And that's the tower gone as well.
Bottom tower has fallen.
23 Savage. We said it's hard to replicate what he had last game. He's doing it.
Quick soul on Cuckoo, RP.
Top tower is under
And then the
attack.
shockwave. Cuckoo gonna try and run. Arrow coming in. That's not gonna land on a Cuckoo, but they've got 3 heroes. Toss and Cuckoo kind of in a really bad spot. He used RP, and it was
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
for nothing, really.
Yeah, he's trying to save some time, or buy some time for his team rather. And it was also the least damaging Eclipse I've ever seen. With only level 2 in the beam. Did absolutely nothing, basically.
Radiant's
Carl now
top tower
rotating
is
bottom.
under attack.
Potentially just looking for some stacks of steel.
Radiant structures
might be dead again.
are fortified.
But they're hating so much. It's level 5 only.
Earth Spike, little Shredder. Now they've got the Wraith Fire Blast. They've got the Fire Snap keeping a lockdown. He's picked up this Vanguard since the last time they tried to make this move, and it actually ends up costing them Zach.
Oh, and they also expanded the lasso and did not get the kill onto the Mirana.
Good here for T1
Radiant's
using
middle tower is under attack.
quite a bit to not come away with anything.
Yeah. 2 botched initiations. Wraith King still having the time of his life though. But so is Luna. Absolute free farm. He went full breed mode, 4 levels in glaive. Farming away with his mom. That being said though, the matchup isn't the greatest. There's 2 BKB fisting abilities, which is a nightmare for Lunas.
He doesn't have Stampede
again.
this time around. 3 stacks, Hoof Stomp out, but they've got the Hex, they have the lockdown, and Bach is dead once more.
What's that on the 4th there? Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
It's the 2nd rough game in a row he's having.
Yeah.
First game on a Pango.
Yeah, I mean, that start was tough, and then he got like he limped to a Diffusal Blade, and really didn't do anything.
And we said, like, early on, you are expecting a disadvantage from T1. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 2-3k in favor of TNC. I mean, at 15. That's what T1 wants. What TNC wants is they want to be up like 5, 6, 7k.
Yeah.
Potentially. Go for that early Roshan, make your Luna become super fat. Because in these mid-late game fights, you're going to be in trouble. They have so many BKB piercing abilities.
Right now, just a 1k lead. Carl going boots to travel, so we're not going to see that blink initiation from him just yet.
Armel making his way down to the tower. It's about time they get a T1 tower
Radiant's
there.
bottom tower is under attack.
Glyph, not available for the Radiant.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to try and defend this either.
Should just be gone pretty much.
Wraith King farming the triangle. He's going to finish off that Armlet in a
Radiant's
second.
bottom tower has fallen.
Quite a bit slower than last game. Which is surprising because there's a lot of kills.
Stampede used, Avalanche out, and now the toss up in the air. The arrow lands onto the Lion. They've got the lasso on the Mirana. Little Shredder. Fire Snap cooking the damage, but the Wilson Beam, not the finishing blow they wanted.
Armel from the
On the
sideline.
Lion, Armel coming over. However, it's not getting them anything. They can transition this into a push onto the tier 1 mid, but they've already lost 1.
And they have Kisses and Finger available now. There's a
Dire's
lot of
top
potential
tower
damage
is
coming
under
out from them.
attack. Radiant's
keeping top,
bottom tower
Has
is
no
under
exorcism,
attack.
wants to spend her time farming now to get up to the heal scepter. So they have a setup for the Mirana as well.
TNC, a little bit of a slow start.
A little bit, but they're still doing what they need to do. It's just the question will just be in the mid game, is it enough? It's what they have done
Dire
enough.
are
At the
scanning.
mid game, will they be fighting harder? Will they be fighting stronger? Will they be fighting any faster?
That's another big stack now. Empower cast is only level 3. That's not maximum efficiency, but look at the movement of the two supports. They're just securing both of the high
Radiant's
grounds,
middle
making sure they
tower
can't
is
smoke
under
into the
attack.
Wraith King. Yeah. So you have to be a bit careful. You don't want to have an accidental
Radiant are
death here.
scanning.
If you were to have an accidental death
I don't think that's why he skilled it, but
all over the floor,
would have been funny.
be okay.
Yeah. And the enemy team wouldn't know about it. They're smoking in on top of him right now, though. If you can pop it on Boomy by himself, that would be massive. And he does.
Avalanche, toss, he'll get the reincarnating out.
Yeah. Lasso on 10. Not available.
No blink to catch up to him anyway. This doesn't feel like enough just yet from TNC.
The Luna is getting very fat, though. At least. But so is Wraith King. The one who's really struggling a lot is Bok, I'd say. Usually we see Centaur at like 5.5k net worth or so at this point, if not even higher.
Smoke used wrapping around towards mid.
Cow would be a big kill once more. They go into him.
And they'll beat the last
Wow, they baited him.
Getting 5% could be Stampede used. The ends up dead. They've got the glyph. They want to take this tower with the exorcism.
They have our
Dire's structures
Tip
are
Boomy, they tip Bach. And
Radiant's
thinking about the RP. Rolls it. Mortimer's kisses. Those are thrown forward.
Dire's top
Yeah,
tower
he's taking a
is
lot of
under
damage.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage. First Mike out. They've got the RP. That's
That
committed
finger.
on Armel. The Eclipse comes down. They're looking for the arrow. They get the kill on the Carl. They'll end up taking out Armel. It's a trade. Lumi, though, tossing up this line into the air. Whitemon falls, and they do end up with a little bit of a victory there.
There was a 4v5 though, keep that in mind. Wraith King was farming away at the top lane. And his strong timing is still going to be this Radiance. Like, with the arm that he can fight, but he still doesn't want to. Especially now without his reincarnation. Walk again. He doesn't have Stampede.
No, he doesn't. Bach.
Hydra is also peeking in.
Radiant structures.
Yeah, they want to just go for him. They've got the skewer. He goes the other way, and now they should be able to get this kill, and they will.
Okay. Poor guy, man. I'm sure we're seeing a lot of box right now in chat.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Alright, that was lame, but that's the name of my game. Being as lame as you can every time. At some point, it will be funny.
100% of the time, it works every time.
Yep.
Tiny almost with this blink dagger. You've got,
Radiant's bottom tower is under
I think,
attack.
Lion wanting a blink dagger next.
Every Yule Scepter to set up a potential arrow here.
Blinks that might be coming out. Magnus, Bat Rider, Lion.
Yeah, a Wraith King, potentially.
Thank you, my beauties.
Dire are
Luna, though,
scanning.
still comfortably sitting at the top of the net worth. That is the one saving grace here.
Dire's
Avalanche
structures
toss,
are
Zephyr, Starstorm, and the right clicks.
Big jump.
Still gonna die there.
If there wasn't misses, maybe it would.
Earth Spike comes through onto the Death Prophet. They've got the Hex that hits the Mirana. And they'll lasso through right onto the Luna. They've got the lasso, but there's the Yule. Skewer back onto the tower. This is a problem. They have RP, but they got the stun out onto the Magnus. The two-man Earth Spike, they'll get the kill on the Boomy as well as Gabby. Whitemon again.
Pullback.
Just landing it every single time. They've got the silence. Get out.
Oh, that was so
Fire
bad.
blast right at the last second. Armel trying to run. Spirit Sight being stunned again by the Earth Spike, and they'll get the kill. 23 now on a killing spree.
That was so well played against by Whitemon. At mid lane, FatRat in trouble.
Carl.
Going to make it out.
The flame break.
He will. There's just nothing going right for TNC. Whitemon there, out of his mind. 2 double man impales. See it here again. They try to dive them, but Magnus and BadRider are just ready for it. They're on top of the Luna. An amazing score after this lasso as well. Wraith King TP's in, and it's just all over. And he pulls him back with the shockwave. 0.2 seconds on the TP. Look at how close that was. And,
Is that the sound you make when you hit TPs? Or hit stuns on TPs?
no, it's just the Wraith fire blast.
He kind of charges it up with his hand, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Brings it in.
Like a little photon ball. Photon? What's the... How do you pronounce that?
Photon?
Photon?
Say it's the 1K lead for T1 now.
Yeah.
Not what TNC wants.
That is not what they wanted at all. And now Radiant completed on the Wraith King. No BKB in sight yet for the Luna. Still quite a bit away from it.
Dire's
And this
middle
Radiant's
tower
burn
is
damage
under
is going to cause quite a bit of problems. What do they do if they just lasso the DP? He's the only threat right now. You lasso him, pull him in. You can even expend the RP if you want on him as well. It's going to be very problematic.
Radiance.
Wraith King now 700 ahead of him. Stampede pop for what? There was a panic stampede. They weren't even close to going on anyone. Okay.
And you've got these blinks starting to formulate. A couple 100 gold until Magnus has his, BadRider has his, Lion,
Dire's
he's
middle
The
tower
skeletons
has fallen.
quite close.
Get the kill. Boomy did not manage to deny the tower. The Skelly Bros got it. Wraith King double damage and he's picking
Radiant's
out
bottom
Roshan.
tower is under attack.
It's a tough Roche fight. I don't know if they want to commit to this. Okay. BadRider is really the centerpiece here. BadRider and Magnus. If you get a good lasso off, you will crush this fight. They're already here on TNC. But they're kind of going in and out. They're fumbling around. Roshan's almost dead. You gotta go in, guys.
They need to go in. Bot tries. Great fire blast. They've got the lead break. Arrow. They've got Malasso. The Aegis going to be picked up by 23. They get the shot of box. They look over at this Death Prophet now. Draining his mana. They might get the first life out of 23, but he's armor top and surviving. They get the kill on Armel. Tibbs jumps in, but he's still not going to kill this Wraith King. 23.
He has reincarnation anyway. They fully commit on him. He has reincarnation. He has Aegis.
Wow.
If you kill him once, then what's gonna change? Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, he has 3 lives, literally. Bok was close to stealing the Roshan. I actually can't believe they just got the Roshan for free. Luna just doesn't feel comfortable fighting at all without that BKB.
So Luna kind of feels similar to the Arc Ward in the last game.
Yeah, it's just but they fixed it into it again.
Yeah.
They had all the tools they needed.
So with that fight, Lion, blink. BadRider, blink. And Magnus actually
Going
has
for
a blink,
as well.
but he wants another one. Double blinks.
I mean, this game is only gonna get harder for TNC from here on out. Like, you had the really strong timing. Maybe this BKB on Luna will change something, but again, you have 2 BKB piercing
Disables,
bolts.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes 2 Snapfire also goes.
Dire's top tower is
Get
under
that
attack.
shard, blink in, scatter blast.
I mean, even support Snapfires.
Yeah.
The shard is so good with Blink. Such a good plan. You push him away, you cook him after.
Yeah, and I'm trying to pay like super attention to how the supports play that out because I'm trying to pull it off myself.
It's not that hard. You just bring it next to the guy.
Dire's
It's the
trigger him away.
confidence
tower
thing.
is
Yeah,
under
okay.
You know,
attack.
no, well, you feel like you
Dire's top
barely
tower
survive.
has
You want to jump
Block
in and just kind
again.
of scatter blast.
Shadow.
Timing, and now he'll stampede away.
That was lucky. Like, he just lost all his luck. He used it all up for this entire year. He stomped a line as he blinked in to try to hex him.
The whole year.
Yeah, it's all gone.
He's got a major coming.
Well, he can win it with skill. They don't need luck.
Okay.
Luck is more, oh, there's a bubble
Dire
gum on the
are
floor.
scanning.
Do I step on it or not? He's gonna step on it.
Worst.
It is. But he might still win the major.
Potentially.
I would trade that, Bubblegum and Shoe versus Major. Hell yeah, any day. They smoke without the Wraith King. Little mistake.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
wondering
So
why
he's just
Magnus
walking up
has 2
without
blinks.
smoke. Oh, they got Tiny.
Still on him. Arrow doesn't come in and land, but they got the straight. Those not coming up from far. They're gonna go with the exorcism. They got some of the lasso on the death front. They're gonna put a finger, and he just gets blown to bits on the back line. So they've got Tibbs as well. Bot trying to make something happen. The Firestar Cookie actually goes back towards Gabby. Now they've got themselves the lockdown with the RP. They get the kill on the Luna. Heroes still with the buyback being used by Boomy. They'll take out Tibbs. They'll look over at Fox. The Avalanche lands. The last snap isn't even going to be needed as 23. He's got a double kill, and that is a full team wipe here for T1.
Did you see that DP damage? One right pick of Rage King took away like 60%.
And then he was fingered and he was dead.
I mean, what's your game plan now, TNC? Like, you were supposed to be head 6k now, not behind.
Dyer's middle
What
tower
is
is
left
under
for you to
attack.
do there? Boomy is in
He just
trouble
fought
as
back.
well. Oh my god, he's gonna get a lot of stickies on him.
That
He
Cobalt wanting to get involved.
needs to toss him away, but he can't.
4 stacks.
Oh, he's burning.
5 stacks. And dead.
Oh, I thought he stole it on.
Armel 2-2. All right. Well, I'm not sure you want to be here if Wraith King gets on top.
Dyer's middle
Lincoln
tower
too.
is under attack.
Who up as well?
It was a dieback, by the way.
It was. Now the AK head. Wraith King, what is he building into BKB. I like that. You really don't need more damage. Like, look at this DP, please. How he explodes.
Blink, Hex, Tiny.
Sure, Tiny dies, but the blink left on the DP is really the important factor of this fight. Look at it. Wraith King goes in and
Dyer's
Blink
bottom
and the
tower
finger.
is under attack.
Wow.
Dyer's structures are fortified.
So much damage so quickly. And they just play this fight perfectly again.
yeah. I mean, in China, against LGD in particular, Magnus is a first phase ban.
Yeah.
Because it is so potent. You can still
Dyer's
buff up
bottom tower
another
is
hero
under
with you,
attack.
especially if it's off lane.
Dyer's bottom tower has fallen.
His Wraith King is hitting so much harder than he usually would.
It's crazy to think that T1, after 3 matches, they were 1-2. And we kind of felt that they limped in, or limped out of the starting
Dyer's
game.
middle tower is under
They had a
attack.
2-0 over Lilgun, who ended up going 1-6. They lost to Smart Omega and Boom. Boom being the team that gets relegated after today.
Wait, they actually lost?
Yeah, Boom ends up being relegated in that tiebreaker. And you know, we I don't know if this wasn't the T1 we were seeing in the beginning.
No, but even last season they started off in a similar fashion where they're very cold at the beginning. The longer the season goes on, the better they become. Of course, then at the major they fumbled a little bit. But this team just needs some time to warm up. I guess these 6 league formats are very good for them. 6 week formats, sorry.
I still wouldn't mind if it was a double round robin.
Hell yeah, I wouldn't
Radiant
mind either.
structures
Wraith
are
King?
fortified.
It's smoke and smoke action. Oh my god, Luna is all by herself.
Luna in trouble. Ray Fire Blast coming in. They've got the last, so they have the control. They need to try and stop this. They get to the back lines with the Avalanche. Well, toss. They're focusing the supports, but they lose Gabby. So they're going to lose Gabby. They traded for Zephyr. Whitemon on the run.
Dyer's middle tower
He's
is
got
under
Earth Spike
attack.
and that blink, so he's made the distance to try and save your Luna, which you didn't accomplish. You lose Tims, you use Exorcism, you use Stampede. This is not anything that's going to benefit TNC at all.
Yeah. It's, you know, our job to be objective, but we also gotta be realistic. This game seems to be all but over at this point. Like, just purely based on the draft. There's not many comeback avenues here for TNC.
Yeah.
Luna just doesn't outscale Wraith King. You have no save at all against RP or Lasso. Maybe if they die of Fountain, the silver lining, they feel themselves too much. I doubt it will happen because there's a lot on the line.
And this is a shot at the playoffs.
But again, we said for SCA region as a whole, this might be the most desirable outcome.
Yeah.
To get 2 teams to the TI at least.
And this is big for T1 if they win. They'll be talking about playoffs.
Yep.
Not a game, but playoffs. Ooh. Arrow.
That arrow was just short. Alright. They're gonna stick together as 5 now. That's the only play they have.
Yeah.
FatRat. He up in Etherlands.
Invisibility!
We can get a frost.
He's going super aggressive.
Yules, Flame Break.
They got the
Johnson on the other side. Mirana caught. Like, how many
damage
stacks
output.
does he have? He's got.
You'll not live to see.
Like, this Wraith King crit sound is actually so satisfying when you know he's gonna hit hard.
The animation, too. When
Yeah.
he jumps into it and just slams it down on
I
you.
think he's putting his body weight.
Because that's not a sword, that's like a club. They've got the lasso coming out of the Luna once again. Gabby with the flame break on the low ground. RP from Cuckoo on you. Boo-hoo for TNC because they lose 3.
A nice half of Carl in the chat.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's
I guess he's very happy about the outcome of this game.
Dire's bottom
Wow,
barracks
well,
are
you
under
said no
attack.
fountain diving. Cuckoo. Carl
Dire's
just in their
bottom
face.
barracks has fallen.
He's just playing with him. He's
Dire's
feeding
bottom
himself.
barracks has
Oh, an
fallen.
actual all chat. Ha ha ha.
Dire's middle
Yeah.
tower
I
is
thought
under
that was just a
attack.
blue sign. No,
No,
sign.
extra. Haha.
Dire's middle tower has
Like,
fallen.
I think they had some
Dire's middle barracks are under
beef before, right? When they all tipped him. He's like, tip me now, TNC, or whatever he
Dire's
said.
middle
I think that was even in this season.
Yeah, that was the season, right?
Yeah, I think so. He's now, like, look at
Dire's middle
me. Where's the
barracks
last laugh
has
now?
19k lead here for T1.
So what if I swagger?
They have a massive lead.
Yeah. 19k on paper, infinity in reality. Giving the illusion rune to the Wraith King, of course. Got that armlet, got the
Radiant are
radiance,
scanning.
double trouble.
Dire are scanning.
And one last desperation smoke here from TNC. See if I can find something.
Arrow doesn't hit Carl, but those missed arrows aren't the only thing that's going wrong for this TNC lineup at the moment, but that's the way the cookie crumbles.
They're baiting right now, but Wraith King is not the guy you can go on first. Magnus needs to die, Better needs to die, Support needs to die. Can you wrap around? White one has been really fast on those blinks.
Oh, yeah.
He's on some good juice today.
They try to jump in and make something happen, they blink in, and boom goes the dynamite. They just get nothing out of it.
And they know that smoke, 100%. They're not pushing out the lanes. They're all pushing into the base right now. This is the
Dire's middle
probably the most
tower
obvious
is under
smoke
attack.
2021. What you can do. Right. And now Roshan is up. TNC is going to be forced to fight there. No matter what you do. Like, you can't give away Aegis Cheese and the Shark.
Who's the shark go to?
Dire's
I like
middle
the Lion.
tower is under
I like
attack.
it on Magnus too. The Horn Toss is actually really strong. Oh, Roshan's not actually up. I thought he hit it. My bad. See, that's what happens when I stand up. I'm going to sit down again.
Too excited.
Roshan will respawn in 2, 1. Arrow. Oh.
Hey, lands. But doesn't do anything.
Racing lost some health from armor probably. Yeah, keep canceling that. Why not find a
Now they're going to jump in. That's immediately been hexed. They've got the Earth Spike Lasso out onto the Death Prophet. Here's the Exorcism Arrow coming in, but that's not going to land on anybody that they wanted it to land on. It does hit Cuckoo. They've got the silence from Armel. Now continue to survive. Team moving forward. Finger used. Armel is dead, and they've got the Mortimer's Kisses coming down to Tim's leads to the low ground. Lincoln, hoof stop onto Goofy. Gabby looking, trying to make something happen. They've got those going in. They look for the other that's going into the Gabby. They get the kill on White Mother. They take the line. They've got Tim maybe thinking about throwing another arrow. That comes in, but it's not going to save this Luna. They'll get the kill on the box. They'll take out Gabby. They find themselves teams. They'll get a triple kill for 23. And it's GG called by TNC.
Indeed.
And a 2-0 for T1 who locked down that playoff spot.
Yeah, not at all how TNC thought this would go down, I'm sure. But as an avid T1 supporter, finally, they don't disappoint me.
I thought you were going to